Chapter 18. The Glory of the Day. Be not anxious about tomorrow. Do today's duty, fight today's temptation, and do not weaken and disturb yourself by looking forward to things which you cannot see, and could not understand if you saw them. Charles Kingsley. Nearly all of us have heard about the little child who one day planted seeds and kept constantly digging them up afterward to see if they were growing. No doubt the child learned that a seed needs not only ground and care, but time. When it is put in the earth, it begins to feel its place and to get at home. Then, if all is quite right, but not otherwise, it sends out a tiny rootlet as if it would say that it trusts and believes the earth will feed that rootlet. And if the earth is kind, the root grows and finds a solid foothold. At the same time, there is another thing happening. When the seed finds it can trust itself to root, it feels no longer afraid to show itself. It goes down quietly for a firmer hold, and upward, feeling the desire for light. A firm hold and more light. We cannot think too much of what they mean. Every day that the seed pushes its tender leaves and stem upward, it has more and more to encounter. The rains beat it down, the winds bend it to the very earth from which it came, leaves and weeds bury it beneath their strength and abundance. But despite all these things, in the face of death itself, the brave little plant strongly keeps its place. It grows in the face of danger. But how? Day after day, as it fights its way in the air and sunshine, blessed or bruised as it may be, the little plant never fails to keep at one thing. That is, to get a firmer and firmer hold. From that it never lets go. Break its leaves and its stem, crush it as you will, stop its upward growth even, but as long as there is a spark of life in it, there will be more roots made. It aims from the first moment of its life to get hold strongly. And it seems as if the plant has always a great motive. The moment it feels it has grasped the Mother Earth securely with its roots, it turns its strength to making something beautiful. In the air and light, in the dark earth even, every part of the plant is seeking for the means to do a wonderful thing. It drinks in the sunshine, and with the warmth of it, and to the glory of its own life, it blossoms. It has come from a tiny helpless seed to a living plantlet with the smallest stem and root, and while the stem fights for a place in the air, the root never ceases to get a strong hold of the dear earth in which the plant finds its home. Then, when the home is firmly secured and the days have made the plant stronger and more shapely, it forgets all the rude winds and rain and the drifting leaves, and shows how joyful it is to live by giving something. Then it is clear that every hardship had its purpose. The rains beat it down, but at the same time they were feeding it. The leaves dropped about and covered it, but that protected its tenderness, and thus in all the trials it finds a blessing. Its growth is stronger, and thankful for all its life it seeks to express this thankfulness. In its heart there is something, it is sure. And true enough, out it comes some day in a flower with its color and tenderness and perfume, all from the earth, but taken from it by love which the plant feels for the ground as its home. We can see from this, that the beauty of a plant or of a tree is a sign of its relation to the earth in which it lives. If its hold is weak, if it loosely finds a place for a weak root, it lies on the ground, helpless, strengthless, joyless. But firmly placed and feeling safe in its security, it gives freely of its blossoms, or year after year, like a tree, shows us its wondrous mass of leaf, all of it a sign that earth and tree are truly united. It has been said, and no doubt it is true, that one who cares for plants and loves them becomes patient. The plant does not hurry, its growth is slow and often does not show itself, and one who cares for them learns their way of being and of doing. The whole lesson is that of allowing time, and by using it wisely to save it. The true glory of a day for a plant is the air and sunlight and earth food which it has taken, from which it has become stronger. And every day, one by one, as it proves, contributes something to its strength. All men who have been patient students of the earth's ways have learned to be careful, to love nature, and to take time. And we all must learn to take time. It is not by careless use that we gain anything, but by putting heart and mind into what must be done. When heart and mind enter our work, they affect time curiously. Because of the great interest we take in what we do, time is not thought of, and what is not thought of is not noticed. Hence, the value of time comes to this: to use any time we may have, much or little, with the heart in the task. When that is done, there is not only better work accomplished, but there are no regrets lingering about to make us feel uncomfortable. A practice hour can only be an hour of unwelcome labor when one thinks so of it. If we go to the piano with interest in the playing, we shall be unconscious of time. Many men who love their labor tell of sitting for hours at their work not knowing that hours have gone by. If there is a love for music in any of us, it will grow as a seed. And as the seed needs the dear Mother Earth, so the music needs the heart. When it has taken root there and becomes firmer and firmer, it will begin to show itself outwardly as the light of the face. After it is strong and can bear up against what assails it, not the wind and the rain and the dry leaves, but discouragement and hard correction and painful hot tears, then with that strength it will flourish. Now, sometimes, in the days of its strength, the music will seek far more in its life, just as the plant seeks for more and blossoms. The flower in the music is as great for all as for one. It is joy and helpfulness. When for the love of music one seeks to do good, then music has borne its blossom. Thus, by learning the life of a simple plant, we learn the true mission of the beautiful art of tone. It must put forth deeply its roots into the heart that it may be fed. It must strive for strength as it grows against whatever may befall it. It must use its food of the heart and its strength for a pure purpose, and there is but one: to give joy. This turns our thoughts to two things: first, to the men and women who by their usefulness and labor increase the meaning of music. This is the glory of their days. Second, we look to ourselves with feeble hands and perhaps little talent, and the thought comes to us that with all we have we are to seek not our own glorification but the joy of others.